Hello, hi. This is ACM ICPC Training 40. Well, today's our question is the longest prefix, which belongs to USACO section 2.3.1. Let's take a look with the question. Wait, let me share this. Yes. All right. Hope you can see it. Let's go through the question. This is pretty much a very classic question and pretty much a very interesting story behind it. The structure of some biological object is represented by the sequence of their constituents, where each part is denoted by an uppercase letter. Biologists are interested in decomposing a long sequence into shorter sequence called primitives. We say that sequence S can be composed from a given set of primitive P if there is some sequence of possibly repeated primitives from the set whose conconnection equals S. Note that not necessarily all primitives need be present. For instance, the sequence AB, AB, AC, AB, AA, BA can be composed from a set of primitives this. Why is that? It's because AB is inside the set, AB is inside the set, and AC is not, but A is there, and then we have CA, we have BA, we have another AB, and then that's pretty much the sequence. The first K characters of S are the prefix of S with length K. For example, actually this one is pretty much a very, very special example because the whole string S can be composed by these 5 elements here. But it's actually saying if, let's say, if this much up to K is the longest one he can find, which can be composed by these 5 elements, and then it is a prefix. Rather, program which accepts input as a set of primitives and a sequence of constituents and then computes the length of longest prefix. Basically, just compute the longest prefix. Let's say the example here. A, B, BA, CA, BB, C. You saw it. It's as same as here. Well, let's say the sequence. A, B, A, B, A, C, A, B, A, B, C. What can we do about it? All right. First of all, AB. I got an AB. I got another AB. I don't have an A, but I got an A. I don't have an AC, but I got an A. And then CA, and then BA, and then got another AB. However, you can see C here. We don't have a C. We don't have a BC. We have a BBC, but we don't quite have here. We have an ABC here. So the longest, actually, really the longest is 11th because the last character cannot be included anyway. All right, how to tackle this question? That's a bit not so straightforward because you see, we seems need to go through all the combinations to find out. So that means we actually needs to find out a way to effectively to find out what the combination is, right? But by that, I guess we just look into the program because I hate to write it down because it's not so effective. Okay, here it is. This is prefix. All right. Okay, let's clarify some basic conditions. First of all, the set of primitives is never gonna exceeds 200, but I have 250 here, so I don't have to worry about that. And your string s will never gonna exceed 200,000, but I have 200,050 here as an s. It's not recording the really the string, but it's correcting where is the longest prefix, the prefix of marks. ST here is actually recording the whole thing. The best is responding to the best, the longest position of the actually the length of the longest prefix. All right, we open the file, blah blah blah. It's okay, and then we need to input our primitives. Right, this is also straightforward. It's like you have a counter, and then you see in the p counter, and the question also specifies this as an end mark. If you hit to this, if you're not hitting to this, you just counter plus. If you hit to this, you just hit break. It's as simple as that. Because we know they're only going to be the uppercase letters. So basically, we don't have a space here. We can easily use cin to end the string of every line, or in Java you can just use next line or use next. There's no difference. But after you read, you have to put it to st, so we have a full string to search. Okay, first of all, S0 is equal to 1. Why is that? Because here actually we can use a boolean, because you see we just use to differentiate. If si equals to 1, that means from 0 to I is a prefix of st. We just don't know if it's the longest one, but it is. It is a prefix. So we the base will be very easy. Is the S0 equals 1? That means 0 to 0 is 1. That means nobody actually nobody actually is a prefix, and you can see the none as also as a prefix. It's a special case. All right. So from 0 to st.length, okay, if si, that means if it is a prefix, from 0 to I is a prefix, that means my current length is I. Is that right? Yes. It's very cool. And then when you search out, who is going to be my next? Who is going to be my next? I need to search through all the combinations, all the primitives, right? I have 250 and I have another loop here. I don't very worry because it's only a second loop. And then it's got nasty. Then I want to know, for example, PJ equals to, let's say, AB. I want to know if it is next. So I need to test one by one for the following characters. For example, if my string is something like this, and then AB, if I'm already here, I want to test the next two characters. So what am I going to do? Okay, here is a very simple trick. K is equal to 0. That means this K is recording to is actually based on the primitives index from 0, 1, and I plus K. That means if I'm here, I plus 1 is this guy, I plus 2 is this guy. Is that right? I plus 0 actually. I plus 0 is this guy. I plus 2 is this guy. And if it's smaller than st.length, that means you still have something going. If you don't have anything going, and then that means you already exist. no, exceed. If you exceed, that means it's not a combination. So it's pretty makes sense. First thing first, you shouldn't exceed the total length of string. And secondly, if JK, that means this guy, if JK, PJK is a character, sometimes it's 0, sometimes it's just nothing. Well, just this is just for safety. It's for not for very clear reason. PJK, that means this guy. If this guy equals this guy, that means it's passed, right? And we need to test if this guy B and equals this guy B is also passed. And then we K plus plus plus. And finally, if this pass, you could say, you see, I don't really have any condition inside this loop. I just put this mark. So I just want updating K. If K passed successfully from this loop, that means it is a part of the prefix. So if K equals to pj.length, that means pass all. And then si plus K, that means here is also equals to 1. It's also a prefix. And you search and search and search. Finally, you're going to hit the end. After you hit the end, you want to test. Plus, from some view, there is a chance a whole string is a prefix of this string. That means all about this string is composed by this by their primitives. So that what that means is, if st.length is also, because this path is only updating to something less than st.length minus 1, because you can see it's always like chunking, So the last one when you reach to st.length, it's never gonna actually reach to that place. So if it is best, so the best is the whole string's length. I have the whole string's length. So see out the best. If it's not, it's not. And this is totally working and makes sense. And you can see here, this is a very pretty trick. So somebody said, this is dynamic programming. Yes, it is. Why is that? It's because it said, if I want to find something longer, I want to deal with the subproblem first. What's my subproblem? I want to find out who is my previous. If I want to find a longer prefix, who is my least short prefix? And least. And finally, from the starting case, we know we need to go through all the primitives and then to sort it out. If it is, we need to mark it. And in this sense, is dynamic programming. Somebody else have some other solutions. For example, if you can, because we have 250, somebody said, well, that is just waste of time. So what we can do is, because every primitive is unique in this set, otherwise it's not a set. So in this condition, you can actually use a hash array to store it and to call it. Don't actually expect that, right? Okay, but this is almost much I can say about this question. It's not very difficult. It's just require you a little bit tricks and some basic knowledge around the string processing. Well, it seems complex. Well, okay. I will see you next time. Thank you.